First, we'll see how to export a Google Sheet file. First, you need to copy this link. Then go to Power BI, get data, click on more, and give here Google Sheets. Double click on it. It is connecting directly, but for you, it will ask login credentials. It will redirect to the Gmail ID in Google Chrome. Okay, you need to click on continue and then sign in. Okay, once sign in to the Gmail account, again come back to the Power BI. Again come back to the Power BI, and this interface will show like this, and you'll get an option to connect. Click on connect, and again it will open. From this, everything is same. How you are doing with Excel sheet, the same. But one more thing, the major difference is, if you update any new record in Google Sheet, it will come and sit here. Why? It's a cloud-based platform which use internet to work. Then click on the transform data. This data set is having completely errors, all errors. Okay, you just focus on it and you just understand what it is, why we are using it and all. We have a concept called text to columns. You know, we have a concept called text to columns. That is nothing but this split column. Okay, we'll see now. See here, one more thing I just want to explain. Once you are into the Power BI, what is the first step we need to do? We need to enable column quality. First we need to see, and then column distribution. It will give you the distribution, how the columns are arranged. It will load and it will give. Not now. And then column profile. If you click on column profile, here it is showing what is the count, is there any error, or is there any empty value. So this and this are same. Okay, but it will give you a proper picture, minimum value, maximum value, all aggregations it will give. Clear? All aggregation values it will give. If I click on column, same. Clear? So these three, just check. These three, column distribution, column profile, and column quality, will tell you how the column is. Is there any error in that column? Do I need to do anything for that column? Okay, is there any necessity to work on this column in Power Query Editor? If there is no necessity, just leave it and go for the next column. So that's what you need to check with these three options when you open your Power Query Editor. Clear? Now see, my data set is completely error kind of data set. First step, you need to understand. Just tell me what are the column fields here. What are the column fields? Column 1, column 2. So this is our column field, right? Not this one. This is our column field. But what is there in my column field? What is actually there? This entire first row, sometimes what happened, if you upload Excel file, if you upload Excel file, directly Power Query Editor will understand the first row is nothing but the column field. So automatically it will generate. But if you connect with Google Sheet, that is the reason I connected with Google Sheet now. Okay, if you connect with Google Sheet, it will, by default, it don't know which column it needs to consider as a row header, like column header. Clear? Which row it needs to consider as column field, it don't know. So what will happen? It will consider some random name to the column field. Now what is our next step? We need to transfer this first row to column fields. That means we are saying to Power Query, my first row which is there, that is I want as a column field. Okay, so how to do and all, I'll show you now. Just go to home. There is an option called use first row as header. So this is our first row, I want to add it as header. In SQL it is called as column field. In Power Query Editor it is called as header. Okay, use first row as header. If I click on this, I have two different options. Use first row as header, use header as first row. Sometimes what will happen? This value also will go to the header. At that time what you need to do? You need to change this to from header to first row. Clear? If the first row is your column fields, to change it to the header, you need to change it to use first row as headers. Okay, if there is any value row present in your column field, you need to click on use header as first row. Now see, all my column fields are column 1, column 2, column 3, but I want to change this to first row. Okay, so which option I need to use? I want to change my first row as headers. Once I clicked on it, see how my data changes. All my complete first row changes to the column field or header in Power Query Editor. Clear? So this we need to make sure. For example, let's say, what is the data type of this column? String. What is the data type of this column? Whole number or integer? Like, okay. What if quantity also there in that column? Is this a proper data? String plus integer together present in a column, is that a column which is fit for visualization? Every column needs to have single data type. No column will be allowed to have multiple data types. Clear? But here it is showing it is string also, it is integer also. Is it fit for visualization? No, it is not fit for visualization. That is the reason we change our first row to header. Clear? If our first row is here only, what is the necessity? It is having multiple data. Here it is okay. Subcategory is also string, this is also string. So then it is okay. But here our value columns will be gone. Clear? That is the reason we need to change our first row to header. If you don't have first row, if you don't have any headers, if you don't have any column fields, we need to rename the column. How to rename the column is the second option. See, double click on this to rename the column. What kind of data is present in this column? You can mention directly by double clicking on it. Clear? Clear, right? So just rename it category to cat. Okay, it changes category to cat. Clear now? So that's how you need to rename your column. Clear when we are using this particular option? Okay. Next step, order. For example, this is not in my order. Like, you know, order by command in SQL, what it will do, it will arrange A to Z or Z to A, ascending to descending or descending to ascending. Okay, here I have two options, A to Z or Z to A. Okay, this is for numerics also. A to Z means 1 to 100, Z to A means 100 to 1, descending order. Okay, I want this column to be in ascending order. Just select that column and click on ascending order. So then all my values changes to ascending order. First all clothing, because it starts with C. Then next other things will come. Clear? If I want to descending order, I need to click on this. It will be in descending order. Sorting. Sorting in Power Query Editor. Clear? Sorting. Order by in SQL, sorting in Excel. Clear? So that's what the terminology we are using. Clear now this concept? The next concept, text to columns by using delimiters. We know delimiters, comma, full stop, all the special characters are called delimiters. By using the delimiters, for example, let's say any column, we'll see any column. So this is the column which is having @ symbol and full stop. So these two are delimiters. By using this, I want to segregate Gmail ID, gmail.com separate, user in separate column. So that is what my requirement. And now I want to do this by using split column method. In this split column also, we have different options. Using delimiter, you want to split the columns. Okay. I have a column user @gmail.com. I want user separate @gmail.com separate. Clear? I want user separate, gmail.com separate. At that time, the delimiter is @ symbol. Special character is the delimiter. Clear? Special character is my delimiter. In such case, you click on by delimiter. It will show you a prompt here. So what is your delimiter? You need to select what is your delimiter. By default, some delimiters are there, like the same how Excel is having some delimiters. So here, is there any @ symbol? Is there any @ symbol?
Custom.
Go to custom. Here it is asking, give what is the symbol you want to segregate. Click here, @. Leftmost delimiter means what? Okay, for example, user @gmail.com something. The first occurrence from the beginning, @, that is called leftmost delimiter. The right occurrence means from right side, whatever the Gmail at the rate symbol will come from there. And then each occurrence of the delimiter. Wherever at the rate symbol is there, divide that into different columns. Okay. Ajay at the rate, Kumar at the rate, Triprani. So this is the requirement. Ajay will be separate, Kumar will be separate, Triprani will be separate if I use the third option, each occurrence. But if I use the first option, Ajay separate, Kumar at the rate, Triprani. This is the output. And the second one, rightmost delimiter, if I use Ajay at the rate, Kumar separated by at Triprani, because the second one from right side, which is the first at the rate, that at the rate we need to change. Okay, here I'm just changing from the leftmost delimiter, otherwise each occurrence. Just click on OK. See, where is the column? One minute. Split two columns. See here, leftmost occurrence, it divides into different parts. Clear? So that's what the thing. Understand? Any doubt here? Clear, right? That is what text to two columns. Here the concept is called split two columns. I'm just going back one step. And then inside the split two columns by number of characters. By number of characters. Left off function, left off function, is equals to left off. Okay, I'll show you. How many of you are not familiar with left off in Excel? If you are not familiar, just look at here. Is equals to left off function. What it will do, Ajay Kumar is the name. If I give is equals to left off 5 values. What is the output? AJAY space. So this is the output if I use left of 5 to this particular value. Okay, it is fetching from the beginning. The same functionality here, it will applicable for this particular option by number of characters. How many number of characters? There is no delimiter, nothing. I want the first 5 characters to be extracted from the particular column. So then by number of characters, you just need to click on this. First you need to select the column on which column you want to apply this particular function. I want to apply here split column by number of characters. I want to give number of characters, 5 characters I want to fetch. If I click on OK, it is fetching the first 5 characters from this particular column. See, all the first 5 characters it's fetched. Clear? First 5 characters, only left off. Okay? Clear na? And then the next option by position. By position, like from this position to this position, mid off is equals to mid off. You know this mid off? From position, which specify the position at which to split the text column. If I give 4, from 4th position it will split. Okay. If I give 5, from 5th position it will split. Clear? So that's how you practice this one. Clear? And then next one, group by. Group by. What do you mean by group by in SQL? It will summarize the records. Okay. How the pivot table will work? The same group by table also will work. It will summarize the data and it will give you overall. Okay. It will give you a summary. By removing all the duplicates, it will make the duplicates proper single value. Clear? So that's how. First we'll click on group by. Once you click on group by, there is a prompt open here. Here it is asking for specify the column to group by and the desired output, which output you want. Okay. Specify the column, which column I want to clear. Payment mode, I want to name this column as group by payment mode. Okay. I want to count rows, otherwise sum of rows. Is there any value column here? Where is it? No. Unit price is the value column. I want to click here. I want to sum the unit column. That means nothing but I am creating a pivot table by using the payment mode. Which payment mode is having the unit price highest? I am summing all the unit prices of payment mode columns. Clear? Now just see, understand how it goes. Here we need to give the aggregation. Which aggregation you want to perform on this? Okay. What are the aggregations that are present here? So these are the nothing but pivot table. Don't get confused. See, pivot table, what it will do, it will summarize all the regions. It will categorize into 4 different regions as per our data set. Okay, and it will give sum of sales, sum of profit, sum of quantity, sum of unit price. That unit price is nothing but here. If I want average unit price, you can go with average. These are the all aggregations. Okay, these all are aggregations. Clear? You are familiar with these aggregations? And this is the column. Which column you want to aggregate? Okay, you have given some aggregation. This aggregation where I want to perform. We don't have sales column. If we have sales column, you can directly perform on sales column. Then you will get the sales. Now see, I want the sum. I have the only column, unit price column, which is the value column. I just click on OK. See, error is there because in that column some errors are there. That is okay. But we got the value, right? Group by name. So like that. Clear? Clear, right? We'll see this error later. Because that column is having errors now. That is the reason it is giving error. But you understand how it will segregate? It will segregate all the payment methods and it will give you the output. Clear? So you try once you see this group by option will be only tried once all the errors removed. Okay? You can take your own data set and you can import. See, you can practice here in there also. There also because this is having errors. The same operation practice there also, then you will understand. Realmart sales data set is having a sales column, then you can perform this group by option there itself. It will segregate all the regions separately. It will segregate all the states, everything, cities, Mumbai, Hyderabad we have. So these cities with respect to the summary, it will give you in a proper way. That is what actually called a group by. It's nothing but in Excel also same. In Excel pivot table, in SQL same group by command you will use. Power BI also group by. Clear? Whatever the output you are getting by if you write group by query in SQL, that is the output you will get here also. Clear? That's what. And then changing the data types. How to change the data types? See, here also you can change the data types directly. You need to click on this. You need to click on the data type which is present on the column. For example, this particular quantity is this particular quantity is having strings and this particular quantity is having numerics. First, what you need to do, you need to convert all these strings to numerics. Replace values is equals to replace of. Wherever the 5 is there, change it with 5. Once you change everything, and then you need to click on this one, and then you need to segregate the values. Clear? I will show you one minute. So to change the data type, you just click here. It will show all the data types which are present. Okay. You need to change the data type with respect to the column. So this column is only integer column. But here my strings are also there. Now I can change the data type to only whole number. Just see what will happen. All the strings becomes errors or becomes null. Why? We can't convert string into integer, but we can convert integer into string. Understand? That's why. You just practice this particular step. Okay? Once you cleared all the errors, then only you can perform. Otherwise, you don't know what this error represents. Clear, right? You see some error is there here, but understand for what is the purpose of this getting error. What is the purpose of this error? Why we are getting? Okay, I have some values here, but why these are becomes error? Then change it to ABC. You can give multiple data types. It is called auto detect by Power BI. If Power BI auto detect string and integer in same column, it will give you multiple data types, and that means it is not fit for visualization. Clear? That multiple data type column will never be fit. Either it needs to be category, either it needs to be a period, either it needs to be a value. Otherwise, you can't create visualization by using this. Okay? So to make sure that, so this is the first step we need to do. Clear, right? And then if I want to replace the values, just now we discussed this two done, and the next one replace values. Here all the 5s I want to convert it to number 5. In this column, value to find. Which value I want to find? 5. And which value I want to replace? numeric 5. Just click on OK. All my cells which are having string 5s changes to numeric 5s. Now if I change my data type to whole number, you will not get errors now. See, I didn't get any error. But wherever the empty value is there, it becomes null. But my string numerics are become numerics. I just replaced. This is one of the question from your assignment. Okay. So whatever the queries I'm doing here, these are the questions from your assignment. Okay. You need to practice. Guys, it is the most important tool and most easy tool. Okay. Please don't ignore it. All the mock tests will be completely depends on this only. Okay, don't ignore. MI is executive. That is also completely depends on this. Clear? I'll tell you how to open Power Query in Excel. Once this concept done, I'll tell you how to open Power Query in Excel. We know how to open it in here, but how to open the same tool? There is not even a single % difference in Power Query editor, but you don't know how to open it. Where we need to go, what we need to do, that you don't know. Okay, that I will show you just 1 to 2 minutes. That's it. Clear? Okay. This merge queries, append queries, we'll see later. Okay. And then transform. See, you all know. Use first row as header. Use row as a first header. Like everything is there in all the tabs. Clear? The options which are repeated in home tab, the same options will be repeated sometimes in other tabs also. Now we can ignore that because we already know that. Okay, transpose. Transpose means, for example, my data is in vertical columns. Usually, sometimes what will happen when your client is giving data, he will arrange the data in horizontal format. Clear? Horizontal format means how this is aligned like this and it will changes to this. All the column headers will be in first column. Okay, all the column fields are in first column. And the values will be segregated like this. Clear? At that case, we need to transport the data which is in the horizontal format to vertical format, because the visualizations we can only create on columns. We can't create on rows. So that's the main thing, right? Even database also you can't create by using rows. You need to have column fields and you need to update records in rows. Clear now? But here, if you do that, every column will be having multiple data types. So what will happen? All this complete row changes to column. Then in one column, you have multiple data types, multiple values. Is that a proper visualization column? At that time, you need to use the transpose option. Transpose option is nothing but it will change the vertical one to horizontal or horizontal one to vertical. Reverse. Okay. Now I'll do this transpose. See, all my column fields are here and the values are segregated like this. Is this a proper visualization? See, all the data types are aggregated. So many data types. Date is also there, category is also there, value also there, null also there, error also there. Everything is there. Is this a proper column? If you have this kind of data, you can convert to vertical. That's what I want to tell you. Clear? If you are having a horizontal kind of data, you can transpose this to vertical columns. Then you can apply all the Power BI visualizations. Clear? So that's how this particular transpose will work. And then reverse rows. Just see what will happen if I click on reverse rows. What happened? All my bottom rows comes to first. All my first rows comes to bottom. Is there any column header? Like all this go to down, all this comes up. So reversed, completely reversed. When you will reverse this particular one, you don't know what type of data present in the bottom. At that time, if there is any null value present, to check whether everything is clear or not. Once done, you can again click on back. It will go to the back rows. Clear? That's how. Clear, right? Clear? Reversed rows. And then count rows. How many number of rows are there in this particular one? Count is nothing but an aggregation. Aggregation will give you how many values? Single value as an output, that is the value. 1000, how many rows are there? 10,000 rows are there in this data set. Okay? That's how. And if you don't want this, you can go back and you can click here. Okay? And then next option. Data type. Again, data type is data type comes here. Okay, the same data type you can click by here also, and in home tab it is here. You can click here also, and you can click here also where it is, and here also, and you can directly click here also to get it. Clear? Okay, everywhere it will be there. It is repeating function, they just mentioned, because for example when you are working with transform column you need to change the data type. Here you can change, otherwise directly you can change. Clear? And one more thing, you don't know what kind of data type it is having, then there is an option called detect data type. Power BI will automatically detect and it is not accurate. If the same kind of data present in this column, that is okay. But if different kind of data is present, it will give ABC 1, 2, 3. That means multiple data types it is allowing. Okay? You don't know, sometimes when this particular data type will work, they will give binary format. Binary format, computer understandable language. Binary format columns they will give sometimes. At that time, is it a numeric or binary, you don't know. Then detect the column, detect data type, it will directly convert to binary. It will not convert to numeric because it's a computer readable language. Understand? And then rename the column. See, double click here also you can do, directly click on rename, it will rename the column. Clear? And then replace values. We already seen the replace values here in the home section, wherever the values are. The first step is, when you are performing that option, you need to click on the column. Otherwise, you don't know, wherever it is there, it will do. You need to click on which column you want to replace the values. For example, wherever the mobiles are there, change it to cell phones. Or wherever the mobiles are there, change it to smartphones. Wherever the snacks are there, change it to some other things like food and beverages. Like that you can perform, you can try multiple times. Try multiple times. If you are getting error, click on the back step. If you are getting the error, click on the back step. If you want to perform the same thing again, click on the back step. So this applied steps is the most important one, which will help you to understand the concept first. Once you are familiar with the concept, you never look onto this. You will only feel too good with the Power Query. Once you are too good with this, then what you will do, you don't want this. You will hide this. Because you know what you are doing. At the time, what is the necessity of this? Clear now? This applied step is like control Z. This is called query pane, where all the datasets present in your Power Query it will show. Clear? You all imported all the datasets to the Power Query and import this dataset by using Google Sheets. Make a copy of it, keep it to your Google Drive, give some name to it. Okay, give your name and copy the URL which is above and try to connect the same way how we are connecting Excel workbook. And sign in, import the data and try to understand. If you stuck anywhere, don't wait for me. Ask someone, otherwise use ChatGPT. Okay, try to use ChatGPT more efficient way. Okay, what I need to ask, what is the technical terms that I need to use when I'm asking. So when you are interacting with ChatGPT, your communication skills also will be improved a lot. Okay, don't give your native language to ChatGPT. It will give you reply, but still to improve your communication, you need to interact with the artificial intelligence, that is nothing but OpenAI, ChatGPT. Otherwise, use Gemini, Perplexity. Okay, one more AI is also there. I'll tell you, that is also good. I'll tell you tomorrow. I'm not familiar. Cloud AI is like PowerPoint, like PPT presentations. If you want to present anything with respect to the web page, if you have matter, for example, Cloud AI is the best one. Whatever the PPTs that I'm giving to you, everything is by using Cloud AI only. You need to fetch the context. You need to paste it here. Ask it, make a presentation, animated presentation with slides. Okay, with different slides. Then it will automatically create a slide within 5 minutes. And you can use wherever it want. Okay, it is already published. Anyone can use that particular one. Okay, so that's called Cloud AI. You just work with. When you are having any presentation in your company, that will give you a best presentation and good impression from your manager. Okay, use AI like that. Don't use for photos, Ghibli photos. Clear? The way of using a ChatGPT or any AI is this is the one. Okay, data analyst, whenever you are writing a query in SQL, definitely you need ChatGPT sometime. As a beginner, you don't know the complex queries and all. So that is the reason I'm telling you, using ChatGPT is not a mistake, but completely depending on ChatGPT is a mistake. Okay, using ChatGPT or any AI is not a mistake. Completely depending on it is a mistake. So once learn, you should not ask the same query next time. Okay, you are getting, everyone will get doubts, but that doubt should not be repeated multiple times. Clear? And then replace value, fill down or fill up. For example, if any value is there, all these values are null values. If you click fill down, that value will fill down. Relative reference in Excel. You know relative reference? Just double click on the dot. What it will do, it will take all the same formulas beside columns. So that is the functionality of this. Fill up means it will fill up. It will fill down or fill up. You try, it's nothing but like not that much important. Okay. And then pivot column. You want to pivot. What do you mean by pivot? Summarize. If you want to pivot, you can, by using this pivot column, you can pivot. Values column, quantity column, aggregation. See, based on the quantity column, it's pivoted. This is the error dataset. You try with the actual dataset. Okay. After creating the pivot column, if you want unpivot, unpivot column. Okay. Try with your dataset. You already know the concept and try. Here unpivot other columns, unpivot only selected columns. So this thing is there. Go ahead with this. And if you want to move left to right to like anywhere, for example, so this is my column. I want to move right, I can move like this. If I want to move left, I can move left like this. Otherwise, there is an option called move. You can move from here. To the beginning means completely it will go to the first. To the end means completely it will go to the last. Okay? So that's what. And then convert to list. List means what? While writing the data validation, it converted to a list, proper list, drop down list. So that's what the convert to list form. Okay? And then again split column functions come here. Here, just see here, is equals to lower of, is equals to upper of, is equals to proper of. You learned this? So this is nothing but, by lowercase to uppercase is nothing but, is equals to upper of. By uppercase to lowercase is nothing but, is equals to lower of. For example, this is my column. I want to lowercase to uppercase. So all my values becomes, upload on different, 1 minute. This is my column. I want to apply lowercase to uppercase. Customer name. It is creating a different column, but some error is given. Because of null values might be any column which is don't have null values. Okay, uppercase.
Format.
Format. 1 minute. By lowercase to okay. Splitting the column by lowercase to uppercase. There is no lowercase, there is no uppercase. That is the reason. And then by digit to non-digit. Okay, for example, EY102. EY102. Non-digit means what? EY. Digit means 102. EY separate, digit separate. Employee IDs, primary keys, all these are same. Okay. For that, non-digit to digit means first EY will separate and then 102 will separate. And then go to the format option, lowercase, uppercase, proper of, is equals to trim off, is equals to clean off, add prefix. What do you mean by add prefix? If I click add prefix, if I give Mr. Dot, Mr. added here, concatenate function before, suffix means concatenate function after. Clear? So that's all. When this will happen, like when this will be helpful means when you are working with gender columns. Okay, when there is a gender column, you want to separate all the males separate, and then you need to give misters to them, and female separate, and then you need to give miss, not misses, miss to them. Okay, clear, right? You practice that. So all these formatting options you try. Trim off means it will clean the extra spaces. Clean off means any errors means it will remove the errors. Clear? And then extract. Length. What is the length of this value? It will give you the length. And then first characters from the beginning. Last characters from the last. The same functions repeated one more time. Okay? And then range, mid off. Left off, right off, mid off, text before delimiter, text after delimiter, text between delimiters. For example, the same which we worked in split to columns, the same functionalities again come here. Extract means, so this you all know is equals to length off, is equals to left off, is equals to right off, is equals to mid off, specific range. And this is text before delimiter means ajay@gmail.com. Before means Ajay will come. After means gmail.com will come. Clear? Between Ajay Kumar @Kumar Tripurani. Okay? Whatever is there in between two @, it will come. Clear? So that's what this one. Everything you understand, but you need to practice more. Clear? And one more thing. These all are disabled. Why? As of now, these all are disabled. Why?
String column.
Because you selected string column. These all are value column functions. You need to select a column which is having values, then it is activated. See this one. Whatever the mathematical functions you learn till here, sum of, minimum of, aggregations, maximum of, median, average, standard deviation, count of values, distinct values. How many distinct values means unique values are there? Okay, all these are aggregations. Let's go to the standard. If you want to add, for example, I want to add 10 to all the values in this column. Add plus 10. If 10 added to all the cells, 5 plus 10, 15. 10, 4 plus 10,
14.
like this, all the cells will be updated. Subtract, multiply, whatever you are doing here, it will be applicable here. Clear? Clear, right? It's your responsibility to practice everything. Clear? In this basic also I can't teach. But when there is a question, you need to be in a stage to answer it. Clear? And then scientific. If you want absolute value, if you want the power of, if you want the square root of the specific value, and if you want the exponent, logarithm, factorial. So you need to be familiar with all these concepts to work on these concepts. You need to know what I mean by absolute value first. Okay, you need to know what is the power of. 2 power of 2, what is the value?
4.
4 is the value. 2 square, that is nothing. 2 power of 5. Whatever it is, that is the value. So like that you need to be familiar with the particular concept. Clear? So that's what. All these are mathematics. And if you want a trigonometry, sine 1, cos 1, sine of this value how much? Sine of this value how much? Each and every value it will calculate. And then cos, tangent, these are trigonometries. Clear? And then rounding, round up, round down. Round up means 25.4. What is mean by round up? 25. Round down means 26. Okay? And then round means it will give you after 0.5 means next value, before 0.5 means the previous value, smallest integer. Clear? So that's what the round up and round down. Information. Whether the value which is there in that column is even, whether the column which is there in that column, like value, is odd or not. Okay? What do you mean by even number? It's up to you. What do you mean by odd number? You know, right? Odd number means which looks odd. 3, 5, 7. Even number means which is divisible by 2. Okay? The remainder needs to be 0. So that's what the even number. If you want to know what is the particular one, you can go ahead with even, odd. So all the mathematical functions. Okay? You need to be familiar with the concepts to understand this particular task. Clear? So the remaining one we'll see tomorrow. And if you click on date column, where is the date column? Then you can work on, see one more thing, just see. Age. Okay, what is the age column? For example, if you want to see, if you have two different columns, you want to see the difference between them. If you want to see the age between them. So this is the one. If you want to fetch year, is equals to year of, is equals to month of, is equals to quarter of, is equals to day of, is equals to week of. Clear? How many weekdays are there? Just to go through it. Tomorrow we'll see in a practical way. Clear? So this particular home section and transform section, you need to be completely familiar by tomorrow. You need to practice everything by tomorrow. That is your task. Tomorrow I'll ask someone to come and do this. You need to be familiar with this. Clear? So that's it. That's all about today's class.